Stephen,
Hi.
welcome. Thank you for doing this interview.
Absolutely.
So, what brought you to HealthWorks?
I was just feeling out of whack, and Donna, my wife, had been coming here for nearly 6 months and recommended you. And I said, I'll give it a shot. And I'm glad I did. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Best decision I ever made health-wise.
Yeah. Well, what have you noticed since you've been here?
I've noticed an improvement in allergies, sleep, and just a feeling that I'm aligned. You just feel out of whack and you don't really know why. And to find out, one leg was like half an inch shorter than the other, and it's not anymore. I mean, that's sort of explains why I felt out of whack.
Right.
Tired. Now I sleep good. My appetite's great. Sleep is the key. And I don't think you can sleep good when you're misaligned.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's 100 other reasons I like coming here, but we can get to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's bring you back to your first Atlas alignment. Remember that
I sure
first one?
I sure did.
So we did the befores and afters, right? Remember, one hip was higher than the other, one leg shorter than the other.
Exactly.
So tell me what you noticed immediately following that adjustment.
A little bit of soreness,
Okay.
honestly, right up here. And I don't know that it was at the Atlas, but I just felt like, hey, someone walked on my back the previous day.
Yeah.
But it was short-lived, and on a 1 to 10, it was a 2. It was just a little bit of an ache, like I had slipped crooked. And ever since then, zero pain.
Yeah.
So I think the Atlas was basically hindering my well-being.
Yeah. I always tell patients when, a lot of times the two main things that we see as far as a response after an Atlas alignment is muscle soreness.
Right.
And fatigue. Basically, your body goes into that healing mode, so you want to sleep. A lot of people go home and they take a nap. As a matter of fact, our kiddos that come in, they just go straight to sleep. They're just like, and it's like the moms always say, like, it's the best nap ever.
Right.
The best night
Night of
sleep.
day, right.
Exactly.
Right.
So those are the two things we mostly feel. So that's a very common response that you've had, because essentially you had some muscles that were working overtime and some muscles that were on vacation.
Right.
Right. So the muscles that were on vacation didn't like that too much. So that's, and when we talk about that, we always make sure that patients know what responses can be, right?
Right. Yeah, I'm typically a person who the first thing I like to do when I get up in the morning is take a nap. So yeah, the muscle's not wanting to work. That's kind of my MO.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. But anyway, I love coming here, and I could tell you 100 more great reasons, but I have two main ones.
Okay.
The people. The people is the main thing. It's kind of like going into your family living room and talking to your friends and family, joking around and teasing and having fun. And from day one, I've enjoyed coming here. And I can't say that about most medical facilities. Most medical places seem to process you. Come in the door, sign this, wait over there, go through there, next. And I don't like that. I never enjoy going to see doctors, but I love coming here.
But also, too, when you come in, you're not in here for an hour or 2 hours, right?
True.
You really are. We make sure that you're in and you're out and you're on your way.
Right.
But we really try and make sure, especially when it comes to like a healing profession, when it's true healing.
True. Yeah.
You want to make sure it's not necessarily the quantity of time. It's the quality of time.
Absolutely.
And so we always say what's going on in your life.
Yes. And I don't think you can feign concern. Medical doctors may put this superficial smile on, but they're looking at their watch. I can see you 5 minutes, then the next person. With here, I think I could stay an hour if I felt like it and talk to the entire staff. And you done an awesome job. However you hired all these people, it's fantastic because they're just friends and family to me now.
Yeah.
So
hopefully
I'll have back problems for the rest of my life. It's justify coming here.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But the other thing would just be the fact that you guys get results. The allergies have ceased. The elbows aren't dry anymore. And I've stopped the walnuts for 2 months and the peanut butter. And I think we've got it. I think those are the two things that I stopped. And I wouldn't have known that information anywhere but from her.
Right. So what we did was that food sensitivity test.
Right. And I think it's working miracles for me because the adjustments help me sleep. But now that my gut biome seems to be functioning right, I think that's helping me sleep too. So, just getting results. There's so much misinformation out there on the internet. You don't know as a layman, what's true and who's trying to sell me something. And here I don't get that feeling. I think she knows her stuff, or I wouldn't be coming here. So it's the friendliness of the staff, the warm, welcoming environment that feels like family, and the fact that you get results. And I can't say I get results with any other medical facility.
Yeah. And we also show you your results too, though.
That's right.
During the course of care, we always put a plan together, right? It's a plan. And then it's also making sure the diagnostics, we do them periodically. We want to make sure that your posture is improving. You want to make sure that your scans are improving. We want to make sure that, your nutrition. So we started with that foundation, right? Your nervous system.
Sure.
But we didn't add anything else until you were ready.
Right.
Exercises, the traction training,
Sure.
also, and the nutrition that was
That's
around it. I don't want to do anything that is not necessary.
Right.
And our goal is to get you off the 20,000 supplements.
Yeah, and it's funny. My mispreconception years ago was chiropractor. Oh, they'll lay you down and crack your back, and then they'll mess something up, and you have to keep coming back. But you're more like, there's nothing you can't do. There's the nutrition and posture and joints and well-being and like you said, allergies. So just all kinds of things you do, and that's wonderful. I wish all of my doctors I go to were this place.
When we're doing your adjustments, she said, your allergies had actually improved. Chiropractors don't treat allergies. That's not what we do.
Right.
However, the immune system is controlled by the nervous system. So by making sure that you're more in alignment, especially the atlas is more in alignment, that now all the things are now functioning better. What we do is we want to make sure that your nervous system is functioning properly, so every other system functions properly.
Sure.
So that's what digestion too, right? All the nerves coming out here, they actually go to the digestive system, right? So, even the nerves that go from your spine to your intestines, they can control the peristalsis of the intestines to make sure everything moves right.
That's like weakest link. This may not, the chiropractor may not solve your allergies, but if they solve this solves your allergies.
Right.
Everything's linked. Right.
Everything is connected to everything.
Right.
And, the first thing that forms when we're being formed in our mom's belly is the nervous system, because there's no other system that can actually function without it.
Right.
So why aren't we taught when we're children to take care of our nervous system and our spine and nervous system?
Yeah.
That's a big question.
That's a great question. Think of all the people who don't even give it a second thought and get, play hard football and ram their heads into the next guy. And they may walk around like me. Maybe I was out of alignment for 40 years and didn't know it. It's delicate, but it's durable too. So it's self-healing if you have someone to guide you that knows what they're talking about instead of the internet.